2021年4月的第一天，我的频道迎来了有史以来第一个外国嘉宾。
Hi everybody, I'm Alison Tibaldi. I'm a travel and food writer.
Alison 土生土长的纽约人，去年我复刻的纽约 brunch 就是 Alison 的原创。今年我们重聚洛杉矶，我准备了我的成名作泰式冬阴功火锅， Alison 也带来了她亲手制作的美式点心。就在那天，两个不同肤色、不同年龄的吃货毅然决定再次相约，由 Alison 亲自教我做这款著名的美国传统 cookie
chocolate chip cookie bars. In America, normal cookies are usually round, but the way I make them in a pan and I cut them into rectangles. Because the shape is different, I think you have a bit more soft part of the cookie. And I really like a cookie that's very soft. So let's get started.
Alison 说做 cookie 有4个步骤。
We're going to mix the wet ingredients. Then we're going to get the dry ingredients and mix them together.
最后铺满烤盘，放进烤箱。拿出你的厨房量器，精准的量出180毫升黑糖和180毫升白糖，一定要精准，因为
baking is very precise. If the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of baking soda, it really needs to be 1 teaspoon because it's a chemical reaction.
将2种糖和软化的黄油放进碗里，搅拌时分次加入2个鸡蛋，最后加入1小勺香草精。
And I'm going to measure 1 teaspoon. Oh my god, I broke it.
再次搅拌均匀之后，就可以
Move on to the dry.
Gotcha.Dry ingredients 由面粉、小苏打和盐组成。
When you bake, anything sweet needs salt to help bring out the sweetness. Baking soda is a leavener. It helps things to rise. So when you bake, you either use baking soda, which is what we're using, or baking powder.
将3种粉末搅拌均匀。
You're doing a good job of keeping everything in the bowl. Perfect.
将 dry ingredients 分3到4次倒入 wet ingredients 中，搅拌直到它们完美的融合。最后加入 cookie 的灵魂
The chocolate chips. Nestle's chocolate chips are very famous, but I think that Trader Joe's chocolate chips, which are much less expensive, are exactly the same. So the important thing, you see it says semi-sweet chocolate chips. That's the important thing, is you don't want to use chocolate that's like a dark bittersweet chocolate. You need the chips to have a bit of sugar in them. So we're going to open the bag and pour the chocolate chips into our dough mixture. Would you like to do that, Candy?
Sure.
See, that's okay. That's okay. There might be one that we can eat. That happens.
将一整包巧克力豆倒入刚才做好的面糊中。
And you're just going to give some nice strong stirs. That gives you the feeling that the dough is pretty stiff, right? This looks perfect.
拿出烤盘，抹一层黄油。
Butter your thumb.
Butterfinger.
But yeah, yes, exactly. That is like a very good classic American thing to say. Butterfingers.
I know. I have a butterfinger.
You're getting so good, Candy.
将面糊均匀地抹在烤盘上，放进预热至190度的烤箱，烤20到30分钟。在这之前，一定要先尝一尝。Ready.
Ready, set, taste. Good.
Wow.
Everything is incorporated, right? The sugar's all blended in.
It's already done. It's already done.
So now it's been 25 minutes. Oh yes, and even without touching, I can tell you that the color is right. It's like that nice golden brown, sort of indents where my finger goes in. But they're going to cool for a few minutes and they'll solidify. But it's the right color, that light golden brown. It smells really good. I wish you guys could all smell it.
等 cookie 稍凉一些的时候，就可以切成任何你想要的形状，并快乐地享用它。温暖而湿润，细腻又脆爽，掰开的每一个瞬间是沉甸甸、软绵绵，是炙热和香醇，是浓郁和酥嫩。
3, 2, 1.
每一口萦绕在舌尖的质感，就像海滩上的细沙，不经意间的巧克力豆在嘴里静悄悄地融化。这简直就是
Best cookies ever!
Best cookies ever!
I think there's never a wrong time to eat cookies. Usually in the afternoon between lunch and dinner, we have a snack. And children in America usually have cookies and milk. That's like the classic American snack. You come home from school, you're hungry. What do? You have cookies and milk. Chocolate chip cookies, I think, are the most popular cookie in America, but there's other cookies. There's oatmeal cookies, sugar cookies, gingerbread cookies.
Wow.
The classic Christmas cookie is gingerbread men, so it's like the shape of little people. They're all good when it comes to cookies. There's not a bad cookie. I'm not a food historian, but I do think that cookies have been baked for a very, very long time, like maybe over 1,000 years. Before ovens were really like precise, 1,000 years ago, when you would bake your bread in an oven, they would bake a cookie first to kind of get an understanding of the temperature.
So they need to test temperature by doing all of this stuff?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, 虽然说的是 cookie， 但我眼里却满满只有充满智慧的 Alison。聪明的人很多，智慧的人却不常有。Alison 说起话来娓娓道来，温柔动人。岁月的痕迹怎么也挡不住她那双清澈如水的眼睛。我想那大概来自于她几十年如一日的对 cookie 的喜欢，对小事的知足和生活点滴中最简单的幸福。也许智慧可以很简单，对今天充满热爱，对明天充满期待。
Oh, not ready, my face not ready.